Welcome to Drill Down Earnings. This is the latest earnings results from Synopsys. I'm Cory Johnson here in sunny Los Angeles. That's not going to slow us down because we've got the business story behind one stock on the move. That stock is Synopsys. I'm the Futurum Group Chief Market Strategist, Cory Johnson. So why do we care about Synopsys? It is maybe one of the most important companies, two really, it's in the world of software for semiconductor design. But that world is changing so much because it's going from just software for semiconductor design to designing components and IP chunks of software, but also total systems for things that use those semiconductors. And the business is changing a lot. So these are Q3 earnings. Wall Street likes a beat or a miss. This was a beat, but let's dig a little bit deeper here. Third quarter, I said Q2, third quarter earnings, fiscal third quarter for them, $1.526 billion, up 13% on a year-over-year basis. If you ignore the spin-off of the business that they got rid of, the actual hard numbers are 3% year-over-year. But again, if you strip out that old business, double-digit 13% growth, pretty good. And earnings, $2.73 of earnings, fine. They say revenue growth is actually going to pick up a little bit in the next quarter or so, and that's good news for the stock. But operating margins have been really steady throughout, in fact, improving over the course of the last year, up to 29% in the most recent quarter. The bulk of their business is design automation, 70% of the revenues there. But an important and growing part of this, and we're going to dig into this in a second, is design IP that is selling chunks of stuff they've already designed to customers, saying you don't have to start from square one. We're going to give you chunks of IP that you can plug into the things that you're designing and just license to you. And so the result is these guys are seeing that business grow really fast because of the complexity and pace of technological innovation in silicon and silicon systems, particularly those going into the world of AI, as well as new products that are using more semiconductors than ever before. So how did the stock react when the numbers came out? Up 1%. Big deal. 29% in the last year, however, doing better than the S&P 500. And the thing that really jumped out at me was this design IP business. Growth in that business surged 278% year over year, up to over $400 million in revenues. That's fantastic for this design IP business. Now, CEO Sassine Ghazi, just this year coming into the CEO post there after many years at Synopsys, is putting up some good numbers here and making some big decisions. And in the midst of a big acquisition that is still kind of cranking along here, not yet into the numbers. But if you look at the way that silicon is packaged differently, it's creating opportunities for Synopsys to design more, have a bigger role in design, and design for more kinds of customers. Here's what he had to say.
If you look at an advanced silicon in an advanced package, which has many dies, and those are very advanced chiplets, as you know, each chiplet by itself is a very complex die to design. You put them all together. The challenge is no longer electronics. It's electronics plus all the other attributes you mentioned, from structural, fluid dynamics to thermal. How do you design them during the architecture phase that once you go into packaging, manufacturing and packaging, it's going to work in the field. Now you look at that as the chip system. That chip system, to your AMD reference, is going to sit on a board, is going to sit in some sort of a rack and cluster of racks. How are you designing based on that workload and that complexity at the system level to determine how to manage and design for the heat, to manage and design for what type of cooling you want to put, what type of power supplies do you need, etc., etc. And we've been positioning our company, as you know, as a silicon to system design solution company. And I love the reference right now as I hear our customers talking about silicon to software to systems, which is exactly the solution and the partnership we're working with our customers on.
So providing not just software, but solutions for their customers, that's the business that Synopsys is in increasingly. And they seem to be going great guns by everything we can see. And indeed, we've got one number that tells us a whole lot. The one number I want you to remember about these results from Synopsys, the Drill Down Earnings Bite, right after this.
The Drill Down is brought to you by Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group.
So Synopsys has just reported Q3 earnings. I want you to have them even though I'm here in a hotel room in Los Angeles because I care. Here's the essential summary. $1.526 billion in revenues. That's up 13% on a year-over-year business. But the one number that tells us a whole lot, the drill down earnings bite, Synopsys design IP business. Those chunks of software that are intellectual property to Synopsys are letting their customers have, that business is up 278% on a year-over-year basis. Now over $400 million in the quarter. Really impressive stuff from Synopsys. All right, thanks for listening to Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson. Check out all of our full YouTube videos on 6.5 Media. And of course, you can check us out also on X at Cory TV, at Drill Down Pod, on TikTok, on Instagram, and all the rest of our earnings reports, as well as lots of other great technology news from 6.5 Media on YouTube.